Hello and welcome to another weekly teaching at the Gospel Rescue Mission in Muskogee, Oklahoma, where we are combating spiritual poverty. We are a poverty reduction company. Yes, we have sheltering and food and classes and all sorts of great things helping people get out of poverty, but we need to fix spiritual poverty. It is the father of all things that can take care of and help people. We need to help reduce spiritual poverty as well. This week we're going to do a little bit of grace teaching. This is a teaching that I can do in your community. I come to your church, to your organization, and help you lead a grace-based, grace-focused organization. In order to build a grace-based organization, you need to first put up some pillars. And there's some other things that we would do before we actually talked about this in the teaching. I invite you to call me there and do this. The first of these pillars, though, just to kind of speed through this, is your identity has to be in Christ. That is who you really are. I am not the jobs that I've had. I am not the mistakes that I've made. I am more than just a husband and father. Those are roles that I play. I am more than just an executive director of the Gospel Rescue Mission, because that's not stable. A pillar will stabilize your life. And in stability, you can learn and grow. I think about my daughter when she was she's an adult now, but when she was 3 years old, she was so cute, and she learned to grow things. And so her mom taught her how to grow tomatoes and how to take things from a seed and make it grow. And so she got bird seed and got into her head she was going to grow some birds. And she would dig up that seed every day, hoping something was going to happen. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, this little girl is going to be really disappointed when this seed doesn't grow a bird, but eventually something did sprout. Turns out that the sunflower seeds and bird seed can still grow. So that happened. But every time she tried to dig it up, looking to see what was happening, she was keeping it from growing. And it's the same thing with a pillar. It creates some stability so things can grow in your life. We need to allow things to stabilize, and the pillar can do that. So if you know who you are, boy, you can have a stable life. You know, you can grow. You can accomplish great things. If I'm always worried about what other people think, and I'm living my identity according to what other people think, I'm going to be scattered. You know, King Saul kind of lived by this principle. He's worried about what everybody thinks. So, Samuel, will you walk with me so I look like I'm a man of God? I don't want to look like a man of God. I want to be a man of God. And so the same principles hold. We have to hold our identity. I am nobility. I am created in the image of God. I am a son of God. I am worthy of Him. He chose to die on the cross for my sins. I need to look at that. The second pillar is my standard of behavior is based on Christ's likeness. I need to look at what Christ did and say, what am I doing? Does it match what Jesus does? Is it different than what Jesus would do? I need to live my life according to the standard of Christ's likeness. Not according to the world's standards, but according to Christ's standards. The third one is complete accountability. We become like the people we hang around with. Now, one of my heroes is Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights leader, also a leader of reducing poverty. He started to become an anti-war leader in the Vietnam War. He was assassinated before he was able to fully take on that role, but he was moving in that direction. But what made Martin Luther King Jr. so powerful, what made this doctor of divinity so powerful, was that he surrounded himself with men and women of God who sharpened him, who made him better. In fact, he had a thing on his inner circle around him. He had an extremely conservative man and an extremely liberal man, and he would listen to both sides, and he would come down right down the middle. He would find a way to go right down the middle so he could teach truth without getting to the extremes. What does your inner circle look like? Is it a bunch of yes men? A bunch of people just like you all around you? You're going to fall apart. One of my heroes is Abraham Lincoln. He surrounded himself with people who were opposed to him initially. We all eventually love him, because everybody does. He gets assassinated. He becomes a hero. But surround yourself with people who are going to sharpen you, make you better. Complete accountability is that third pillar. And the fourth one is self-evaluation. You take time to evaluate your choices, evaluate your life, and apply it every day. Apply what you're learning. Examine yourself. Look at the scriptures. How am I living? Am I living according to the scriptures, or am I living opposed? to the Scriptures. Well, this has been Rich Schaus with the Gospel Rescue Mission with a little excerpt of our weekly teaching here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. Thank you for joining us. Hope you'll join with us again next week as we take a look at the spiritual leader. Will be our next lesson that we teach. Make you the best spiritual leader you can be.